Hi, my name is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and also proud FENIX Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am so excited to be speaking with acclaimed indie rock punk pop singer-songwriter, M. West. For more on M. West, or Michael, he said I could call him, you can read more about him right below this video, but in the meantime, here is a sneak peek at the incredible talent of M. West.
Your only light, shadows of another fright in your head. In your head. And you down, the sleep won't come. Your mind is racing, running from thoughts so creepy, so gruesome in your head. In your head. The doctors say that LOL should help, but nothing elevates you out of hell. The mirror that you peer into shows Satan gazing back at you, reflecting what you do in your head. In your head. All your skies provide is rain. Joy inspires dark disdain, compensating for the pain in your head. In your head. You can't or won't escape the dread you feel, 'cause you prefer to make the monsters real. That is shown in your head. In your head. When you walk alone at night, and the moon's your only light, shadows of another fright in your head.
Well, hello, M. West. How are you?
I'm wonderful, Will. How are you?
I'm doing so much better now that we are here together, and I'm so excited that A, the audience has heard a little sneak peek of your incredibly fun song in your head, but that B, you said that your friends call you Michael, so I'm just gonna say we're both from Brooklyn. Hey, Michael.
Works for me.
Michael, you are a multi-hyphenate if there ever was one, not only a singer-songwriter within the indie rock punk pop sensibility and landscape, but you were also giving me a little sneak peek that you are now going to be going around town as this maybe future Academy Award winning filmmaker. I added the Academy Award winning.
Yeah, from your mouth to God's ears. I am working on a documentary film about a scene of rock and roll bands from the south end of Park Slope, Brooklyn, about 30 years ago, called the Brooklyn Beat, out of a bar called Lauterbach's. We made quite a stink back then, and only a couple of people from that scene got signed, but a tremendous tight-knit community of musicians came out of that. People I work with to this day are people I met back then.
Michael, I really love that you're going to be shedding a light on this not only this area, but during this time period, because, you know, born and bred New Yorker myself, and I'm sure you know this, we only hear about those, you know, West Village, East Village bands that came up in the, you know, the 50s, 60s, 70s. So I love that you're going to be shining not only a spotlight on maybe an area in a time period that not many people know about, but one that you actually lived through.
Yeah, I mean, that was back in the day. My band back then was called the Original Rays. We were part of the core group of Brooklyn beat bands. And we actually performed a lot around the village as well. We only came out of Brooklyn and tried to take over the world. Okay, we took over New York for a while. That was about it. But we had great fun. We made great friends. We made great music. And I think the media attention got stolen by the Seattle scene right after ours. But, you know, we're still making great music and we're doing it together. And that kind of is the point of making music throughout all of history. So I'm really proud of it. And that's why I'm making the film.
And you bring up a great point, Michael, especially for young artists out there who may be quick to want to become famous right away. You are someone that's been in the business for many years, but not only in the business creating excellent pieces of art through your songs, but you are also someone that is a testament that with the times, you then are able to grow as an artist. I'm curious to know, in looking at the landscape of your amazing career, Michael, you know, where you saw yourself beginning as an artist to where you are now, how you feel your taste in music has changed, and also how you feel your sound has maybe shifted or changed throughout the years.
Wow, we only have a few minutes, huh? That's big. I would say that fame, something that I sought after tremendously when I was young, is the price that you pay for artistic success. It is not a goal in itself. How I've changed personally is learning that, you know, my focus is much more on creating a body of work that's going to outlive me and show something about myself and my time to future generations. In terms of my sound, I can remember we used to use some iconography in our promos for shows and things like that. And I remember a little international forbidden sign with a keyboard on it because we were a guitar rock band and we didn't want any keyboards or synthesizers in particular. And I've come to realize that that's just limiting myself. And that, I think, is emblematic of the biggest change I've experienced over the years. The more I learn, the more I realize there is to learn. And a big part of that is removing the limits on what I can learn and what I can produce.
It's an amazing way to think, Michael. And look at, I think you also, as people saw in that first video, you have a childlike wonder about you, a sense of play, and that obviously has not left you. I'm curious to know where that comes from and how your light is able to continue to shine.
Early 20th century anarchist, Russian-American woman named Emma Goldman is quoted as saying, "If I can't dance, I don't want any part of your revolution." Now, I've been a political activist all my life, and it's always been important to me to make that fun. And making art is about as fun as it gets. So, you know, spending my life doing that is really the ideal, you know?
Absolutely. And look at, especially during this time, as not only humans, but as artists, you may not know this about me, but for 25 years, I performed professionally with my twin brother singing, culminated in Carnegie Hall, God Bless America. But now as being a director, and I'm thinking of you now going into the filmmaking medium, that art is a universal language. And I'm so excited for you, Michael, that you have not only taken this time, I am sure, to realize how important art is to not only connecting people, but in also making people feel. But on top of that, Michael, you're talking about legacy. And, you know, I'm 37 going on 107, but I've been thinking a lot about it too, about the art and the stories that I'm gonna leave behind. And the fact that this film, it seems like it's gonna culminate everything, every piece of you in a way.
Well, that's the great thing about legacy. If you try to sculpt what your legacy looks like, you're going to trip over your own shoelaces. Create your art. Your legacy will take care of itself.
Michael, trademark that right now or I'm taking it. I'm not laughing. Listen, Michael, I could have talked with you forever, but listen, my friend, I'm so grateful for the time that you took today, but I want to say from one artist to another, from one Brooklynite to another, thank you for doing you unapologetically, and you are incredibly inspiring, and I cannot wait to see you live in a gig soon.
You will. Well, I'll make sure to put you on a guest list if any club ever starts a guest list ever again.
I was about to say guest list. Michael, you are speaking my love language.
Thanks, Will.
Take care.
In the digital age, artists and bands struggle to make a living. In fact, only a small number of artists can live off their craft. For the 98% of artists that don't have the luxury of being signed to a label, it's tough. But artists deserve to live off their art. Wherever you are around the world, appreciation of music does not change. FENIX brings bands and their fans together, whilst allowing bands to properly monetize their passion. The FENIX app will directly connect bands and fans with no need for middlemen. We're utilizing the blockchain to give the power back to the artist once and for all. Join FENIX, join the change.